Saxonville is back, baby. Let's go. Oh wait, actually, Saxonville has just been relocated. Yannick Ngakoue has been traded from the Minnesota Vikings over to the Baltimore Ravens in exchange for a 2021 third-round pick and a 2022 fifth-round pick. Now, before I get into this news, I'm giving away $10 this week to the person who accurately predicts the Jaguars versus Charger final score. So you can predict that over in my Flick account. Go to the game day thread, leave your comment on what the score prediction is, and you have the chance to win $10. But to get into this, man, it's interesting that he goes to the Ravens because it seems like ever since Yannick Ngakoue has kind of been up for trade, or even back in the draft, man, the Ravens were always linked to Yannick Ngakoue. He went to the University of Maryland. When trade rumors were first announced, like Yannick Ngakoue was always being surfaced to maybe potentially go over to the Ravens, but it never happened. But, you know, when this went through on my phone, I was shocked because the Vikings gave up a second-round pick for Yannick Ngakoue, and now they are basically giving him up for a third-round pick. And so they're going from like an early second-round pick, now they're going to have a late third-round pick. So the Vikings are the ultimate loser in this situation, and it's been pretty much a disaster for the Vikings because they are 1-5, and they don't have a second-round pick coming up in this draft, and it doesn't look super bright really on their end. But yeah, man, he gets traded, and he's now back with Calais Campbell, and Calais Campbell and Yannick Ngakoue were, you know, back in 2017, 2018, they were like the top pass rushing duo, and now they're kind of back together. But there was also a conditional term with this also for the Jaguars. There was the Jaguars also received a fifth-round pick from the Vikings, but, you know, if Yannick Ngakoue made the Pro Bowl, it turned into like a fourth-round pick, and if the Vikings won the Super Bowl and Yannick Ngakoue made the Pro Bowl, then it was like a third-round pick. So I don't know, like, I don't know what the conditions are, if they kind of remain or if they get transferred over to the Ravens. Like, I don't know really how that works, or if that just gets deleted out of there. You know, that's something I had to monitor. But yeah, Yannick Ngakoue this year, having a good year, man. 5 sacks, 2 forced fumbles. He goes over to the Ravens, and Ravens got a really good defense. And then now, you know, Yannick Ngakoue kind of joins that force. And, man, the Jaguars really could have used Yannick Ngakoue this year. But Yannick Ngakoue, on his way out, he didn't throw much dirt on the Jaguars' name, so I don't really necessarily hate him. I don't wish bad things like for him, but man, he has a real chance to go out there with the Ravens and win a Super Bowl, like with that ferocious defense. But yeah, it's shocking news. I mean, and one thing that's crazy is Yannick Ngakoue, even though he's only played 6 games, he's played the AFC South 3 times. And now that he's on the Ravens played AFC South teams 3 more times. So he essentially gets to play 6 more games for against the AFC South like a normal slate, as if he was in a division. But he still gets to play the Jaguars this year. I believe that's a Week 15 matchup. So, you know, he'll probably just absolutely roast the Jaguars, knowing how we are this year. And, you know, he's going to be hungry that game. But, you know, it's cool to see him paired back up with Calais Campbell, man. They're going to be feasting. They're going to be ready to win a Super Bowl. But, yeah, shout out to the Ravens for getting him. And, man, Vikings, this isn't a very good look for the Vikings, man. They basically get him on a 6-game rental. They go 1-5 with him, and then they lose a early second round pick and gain a late third-round pick. But it's definitely a win for the Jaguars, because I know when we initially got the trade, it was like, oh my gosh, like, we're basically getting a late second-round pick for him. But with the way the Vikings are playing, that's a top 10 pick in the second round at the very least. So, yeah, that's the news. Definitely join over to my Flick. We'll kind of be talking about this over there. Let me know what your guys' thoughts are on the trade. And as always, go Jaguars.